Decades ago, the Western forces, after ignoring my presence, declared that India does not have hydrocarbons. The nation was facing a crisis of oil, one amongst many challenges. Amidst the tranquility of the Arabian Sea, I was born 160 kilometers from Mumbai, in adversity and amidst economic turmoil. My birth challenged many a belief and strengthened economic, political and social vigor. I was named Bombay High, owing to my birthplace in the high seas of Bombay, now Mumbai. I have travelled a long way since, and as I turn 40 years young, let me remind you that I am synonymous with the development of India. I stand as a bastion of indefatigable spirit and human willpower. My life has been a story of steely resolve, carved diligently by the scientific temper and exploratory zeal of stalwarts. My story is the story of a country coming of age. It's the saga of the realization of a dream of a great visionary, Mr. Keshav Dev Malviya, who was the oil man of India. My parent, ONGC, with its inspired workforce, registered its first oil find in Gujarat, and with this shot in the arm, they pursued the exploratory efforts with greater gusto and gumption. Their self-belief got a fillip when new territories were explored on land and new horizons awaited as ONGC headed offshore. Reconnaissance surveys were carried out offshore with the Russian ship Akademik Akhangelsky during 1964 to 1967. The surveys strongly indicated the presence of oil and gas off the coast of Mumbai. In 1973, ONGC purchased a self-propelled jack-up rig from Mitsubishi Corporation of Japan at a then cost of 127 million rupees. Overcoming the early blips, the rig, which was rechristened Sagar Samrat, commenced drilling on January 31st, 1974, and struck oil within the first 3 weeks of exploratory drilling. The day was 19th February 1974, and that's how I was born.
Over the course of the next 14 or 15 months, 3 more assessment wells were completed on Bombay High, and the test results proved that we had a very large field, and the production potential at that time was estimated at over 10 million tons per annum. During May 1975, ambitious plans were drawn up for putting the field on early commercial production.
The oil so discovered was successfully tested for production, and in a record 26 months, commercial production commenced from my pay zones on May 21st, 1976. The first barrel of oil was pumped from the NA platform to the tanker Jawaharlal Nehru on the dot of 9:55 a.m., much to the joy of the entire nation.
When Mumbai High was discovered on 19th of February 1974, we were not sure that this is going to be one of the biggest fields in the world. Despite that, the field was put on production in 26 months flat. It is therefore a saga of ONGC's self-belief, commitment and dedication. That too without any past experience of having worked offshore or having developed any offshore field.
Along with my birth came the most challenging job in the country. The laying of 203 kilometers of subsea pipelines from offshore to the surface was, in itself, a humongous challenge. But the ONGC team lived up to expectations. In record time, the pipelines were laid at a cost of 2,350 million rupees. Gas started flowing from the offshore platforms to the base station at Uran on June 11, 1978, while oil followed suit from June 14, 1978. The actualization of this dream is interwoven with tales of sacrifice and unflinching zeal. It's a story of enterprise, initiative and teamwork, and impeccable project management. My story thus is a story of inspiration for generations to come. In October 1980, production began from the southern fields of my zone, and a major platform with gas compression facilities was added in February 1981. In the 80s, the organization made a quantum jump in production from offshore. My production peaked in the 80s, and I produced 400,000 barrels of oil per day for 6 years.
From only 4 wells in NA process cum wellhead platform with only capacity of 40,000 barrels, today I have grown to a level of 480,000 barrels capacity with 1110 wells, 119 well platforms, 27 process platforms, and a huge networking of pipelines.
By the year 2000, when I had completed 25 years and attained oil recovery of 18%, the production had declined to a level of around 200,000 BOPD. The field evaluation indicated potential for improved oil recovery and called for revamping and replacement of aging facilities. A massive infusion of inputs in terms of new platforms, wells, and production facilities was implemented to revitalize me, leveraging cutting-edge technologies. A rolling development plan, Mumbai High Redevelopment, was thus drawn and implemented from October 2000. After successful completion of Phase 1 redevelopment, Phase 2 redevelopment was initiated from April 2007. The redevelopment projects have successfully helped in reversing the declining trend of production from the field.
1700 million metric ton of oil reserves we are having in Mumbai High only, one of the giant limestone reservoir in the world, and we have recovered only 26%. We have already made campaigns on the redevelopment. The Phase 1 and Phase 2 is over. We are looking for Phase 3 and improving the recovery to produce more oil from this prolific limestone field.
The asset is contributing to around 40% of the domestic production of oil and gas of ONGC for last 2 decades. This prime position of the asset, we promise that we will maintain this kind of contribution to ONGC and even increase it by concentrated efforts, and I appeal to various people belonging to various disciplines to take a unified approach and contribute their might in the future redevelopment plans.
The organization, which nurtured me for so long, has had many an unsung hero amidst exemplary leadership. The innumerable sacrifices, the courage to explore, knowledge to exceed, and technology to excel will remain the bedrock of my existence.
I feel fortunate and privileged to have been associated with this field right from the formative years, and I continue to be associated with this field till date. All the time which I have spent in offshore will be part of my cherished memories. The field is not yet done. It has got a lot of reserves still left, and I hope that I'll get many more opportunities in the future to be proud of this field's achievements. On this happy occasion, when we are celebrating the 40 glorious years of Mumbai High, I want to congratulate all of those who have been associated with this and all those who will be involved with this in future as well.
I continue to serve the nation and her people. I aspire to be the foundation around which 1 billion dreams can prosper. I have delivered for the nation 450 million tons of oil and 180 billion standard cubic meters of natural gas so far. With committed ONGCians by my side, I will keep on contributing to the economy of the nation for many years to come. Thank you for celebrating my 40 years of existence.